Hello and welcome, my dear friend. Right now, the universe is orchestrating events you can't even see, all to ensure you hear this message today. Think about that for a second. What if every pleasant and unpleasant experience, every open and closed door, was simply a signpost guiding you to this exact moment? I'm not here to play small, and neither are you. God doesn't create us that way. So, we're about to dive deep. No fluff, no fillers, just raw, soul-shaking truth. Get comfortable and be ready, because by the end of this, you may just find yourself looking at your life from a completely different vantage point. The prayer you forgot you prayed. Let me ask you this. Have you recently sent a quiet wish out into the universe? Perhaps it was during a moment of prayer, or maybe just a fleeting wish, a silent thought, a whispered hope, a cry in the shower when no one was listening. And here's the thing, God heard it. That moment wasn't random. It wasn't insignificant. Your soul yearned for something more, something bigger, something truer, and right now the answer is finding its way back to you. But here's where it gets interesting. The answer doesn't always arrive as a neatly wrapped, shiny package. No, sometimes it appears as a choice. Are you ready to choose? No, seriously. Are you ready to stay in the comfort of the familiar or step into the thrill of the unknown? Because that's what's coming next. Life is about to present you with two paths. One will feel safe and predictable, but deep down, you know it's just more of the same. The other, it'll resemble a foggy, winding path with no clear guarantees. It might not even look like a good idea at first glance, but that's precisely where the magic is concealed. Safety is a sweet lie, and you know it. Safety can feel like a cozy blanket, warm and reassuring at first, until it turns into a trap. If you're nodding right now, you know exactly what I mean. You've been here before, and you've chosen the safe route before. But this time, something within you is stirring, ready for something different. You know we call it safety, but it's not what it truly is. When we choose the easy path, it offers fleeting comfort. And then the same patterns replay endlessly. But the opposite is true when you embrace the so-called hard path. It feels daunting at first, but it's filled with wonder you never imagined. So here's the pivotal question for you right now. Will you cling to the shore of what you know, or will you bravely step into the fog, trusting that solid ground will appear beneath your feet? Your past will beckon you back, past patterns, familiar faces, and old opportunities disguised as new. They'll all resurface with one purpose, to test your resolve. And I hate to break it to you, but it's already happening. You feel it, don't you? That subtle shift in the atmosphere. It's as if you're being observed, not in a negative way, but in a let's see if they've truly leveled up way. Spoiler alert, you have. The illusion of the safe option. If you're feeling conflicted, consider this. Have you ever walked away from something you were convinced you needed, only to discover in hindsight that it was the best decision of your life? You relinquished the draining job, the stifling relationship, and what happened next? You elevated every single time. So let me be unequivocally clear. This next decision is no different. Here's the deception. The past will always project an illusion of safety compared to the uncharted unknown. But let me remind you of a crucial truth that many overlook. The past isn't safe. It's merely familiar. And familiarity isn't safety. It's a gilded cage. Familiarity is why people remain in unfulfilling jobs for a decade. It's why people endure relationships that are fine, but never truly ignite their souls. The easy path goes like this. It's choosing the comfort of staying inside, which isn't inherently bad, but you miss out on the breathtaking views from the cliff's edge. Your world shrinks. Conversations, experiences, and even your dreams turn stale. It becomes monotonous much sooner than you anticipate. But when you dare to choose the so-called hard path, here's what unfolds. Initially, you question your decision. Almost nothing is recognizable, and fear inevitably arises. Then, gradually, things and senses become increasingly familiar, and fear yields to excitement, to a sense of renewal. It feels like stepping into a completely new chapter. Everything feels vibrant, alive. And in time, you'll be profoundly grateful that you didn't settle for the easy path. The key is this. If you can withstand the initial discomfort with unwavering faith and trust, you'll unlock a dimension of life you never knew existed. You know, fear is a compass, not a barrier. It's the gatekeeper to your breakthrough, waiting to see if you possess the courage to cross its threshold. So here's the essential question for you. What's one thing in your life that feels safe, but deep down you sense it's just a replay of your past? Be raw with yourself. Name it, write it down, and don't hold back with yourself. The choice that changes everything. Here we are, at the crossroads. This is where most people falter. They reason, if I choose incorrectly, I'll ruin everything. But here's a truth that's rarely spoken. There's no such thing as a wrong choice. Even if you venture down the wrong path, it will ultimately redirect you to where you're destined to be. You can't sabotage this. If you need to hear this again, rewind. No choice you make can ever derail your destiny. The only true misstep is choosing to stand still. Life isn't about making one right decision. It's about momentum, forward motion. It's about summoning the courage to declare, I don't know where this path leads, but I'm finished circling the same old block. Every extraordinary success story begins with someone brave enough to step forward with trembling knees and sweaty palms. They acted despite their fear. Confidence isn't a necessity for action, it's the result of it. So here's the question I want to leave you pondering. If you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that you couldn't fail, what would you choose? Would you embrace the wild, unpredictable option that ignites your soul? Would you decline the familiar offer that keeps reappearing in a different guise? Would you finally choose you? The year you stop playing small. Let me tell you, in 2025, your comfort zone won't be enough for you anymore. If you sense everything is shifting, it's because it is. The old you is being released. All those survival mode habits you've accumulated over the years, they're about to be shed. This is the year you determine the kind of life you want to craft moving forward. If you desire something different, you must be different to match it. You're not just the protagonist of this story. God gives you the power to be its author, director, and producer too. Now, I want to emphasize this. If you're content with where you are right now, that's truly worth celebrating. But if something within you is still whispering that there's more, let this be your confirmation. Your life isn't destined to be fine or good enough. It's meant to be extraordinary, vibrant, limitless, and uniquely yours. But remember, this journey shouldn't involve the constant pressure of seeking the right choice, because you understand that not choosing every single opportunity doesn't mean your life is lacking or that you are incomplete. It simply means there's a vast expanse of experiences waiting to be discovered, learned from, grown from, and savored. Thank you for taking this journey with me. If this message resonated with you, please like the video, and share it with others who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe and continue your amazing journey by watching one of the videos on your screen that speaks to you most. See you there.